Hello every pony, Scar89 here once again with another exciting chapter of Sonic Boom to Sonic Rainboom. I am determined to get this entire story finished by the end of this video. So, good luck. So, without further ado, Chapter 14, Sonic Heroes. Gah! It can't end like this, I exclaimed. It won't, Sonic was determined. We have the emeralds! We can still win! Let's find a safe place for the others first, though. I scooped Tails on to my back, and Twilight, Applejack, and Fluttershy took Amy, Knuckles, and Shadow. Eventually, we found an ally far away from the Chrysalis. Oh, an ally. I don't know. It's spelled like ally, not alley. Anyway, we found an alley far away from Chrysalis. We let Sonic's friends down. Sonic, you fool! Shadow managed. Your actions have damned us all. I'm going to fix this, Sonic was determined. And I'm helping. I was equally so. The rest of us will look after your friends, Twilight offered. Thanks. It doesn't say who's saying that, so I'm just going to assume it was Sonic. Sonic closed his eyes, and the emeralds appeared around him. As he did this, the elements of harmony began to glow. They started to float off of us and into the Chaos Emeralds. After a bright flash, the elements were gone, and the emeralds looked bigger. The Super Emeralds! Sonic was elated. What? Every pony questioned. They're like the Chaos Emeralds, but even more powerful, Sonic explained. So if you thought super forms were powerful, get ready for... We curled up as even more power than before coursed through us. Sonic's arms and legs flew outwards, and I sprang up. You do realize that the reason they're curling is because they're literally doubling over in pain of all the power that's going into them, right? That's just my little theory of why Sonic cringes like that whenever he's going super. Anyway. Hypersonic! Hyper Rainbow! We yelled simultaneously. Little lame, but okay. I'll look past it. Cliche and kind of, We were just as our super forms, but two major differences. We were more powerful, and where we used to be gold, we flashed many colors. We both took off to find Chrysalis. Wow. Rainbow Dash must be like spurting out colors that don't even exist because of her rainbow mane and stuff. Anyway. Finding her didn't take long. She was at the castle threatening the princess. No! Hand over your kingdom and no pony gets hurt, Chrysalis demanded. Over my dead body, Celestia defied. That can be a... Chrysalis was interrupted with a whistle from Sonic, who was floating next to me. Remember us? Sonic taunted with a wave. You irksome little pests, she retorted. Now, I'll end this. Yeah, Sonic remarked. I get that a lot. Chrysalis darted past us. When she got a little ways away from us, she snarled. Chaos Control! With that, Sonic disappeared. He reappeared next to Chrysalis and swung his leg. Fortunately, Chrysalis blocked with her horn. The two were in a lock, which I broke with a high-speed tackle. That's one, Sonic said. Have this... What? It says, do have this down to some sort of science. That's supposed to be... Do you have this down to some sort of science? I asked. Yep, always takes 8 hits. Chrysalis charged at us. A split second later, Sonic was below her, delivering a sharp punch to the stomach. That's 2 down and 6 to go if Sonic's right. Chrysalis charged magic into her arm. Soon, a shield shot up around her. She began charging a spell that would take a while, even with that much raw power. I have an idea, Sonic informed, after attempting to shatter the shield with a ram. Sonic informed, after attempting to shatter the shield. I've never tried this before, but hopefully I can pull it off. Sonic crossed his arms in front of him, with his palms facing the changeling, half closed. Energy built up in his hands. Chaos Spear!
spears of blue energy shot from his hands. I followed them. Then, when the spears reached the shield, they shattered it to pieces. I stepped behind to stun Chrysalis and knocked her towards Sonic. He kicked her downwards. Chaos Control! I shouted, and to my surprise, it worked. Sonic and I had a quick game of tennis. Chrysalis was the ball. Is that it? I asked. Of part 1 at least, he returned. The things usually take 2 cycles. You bet I have more in store, Chrysalis laughed wickedly.
Chapter 15. Chrysalis, Phase 2. Chrysalis laughed wildly as she began to grow exponentially. When she was done expanding, she was easily bigger than the castle. Sonic and I floated with our mouths open, clearly aghast. Now I take care of the little thorn in my side. The giant changeling powered up her horn. In a second, Sonic was imprisoned in a shield. Punching, spinning, and kicking the green bubble did nothing to help him. I tried to set him free with a barrage of bucks. The evil queen kept bombarding the air with her laugh. Soon the bubble started to electrocute the multicolored hedgehog. Rings were spilling out of him in every direction imaginable. He turned back to his normal blue self. A chalked-out "No!" came from him as the fastest thing alive fell to the floor of the bubble. No longer I don't know what that says. Sorry. I was only able to stare in horror. The bubble disappeared, and then the blue blur started to plummet. Thankfully, I snapped out of my shock and caught him on my back. I brought Sonic to where our friends guarded his? I think it's supposed to be his friends. They all looked a lot better. Tails was the only one awake. Oh my gosh, he managed as I put the limp hedgehog down. Every pony turned to him. When they lifted their eyes to the... What? I think that's supposed to be... When they lifted their eyes to the unconscious body in front of them, their already grim expressions became even more sorrowful. Tails came to Sonic's side and grabbed his arm, putting 2 fingers to the base of Sonic's hand. He sat there, shocked. A moment passed, and he sighed in relief. "I got a pulse," he announced. "He's alive. Barely, but alive." "What happened to him?" Applejack followed. "Chrysalis, that's what happened!" I was full of rage. "What do we do?" Fluttershy whispered. "I'm gonna teach her a lesson!" I blasted off. If Chrysalis wasn't inconspicuous, I don't know what is. The Colossus of a changeling was raising everything in her path. Her pure mirth in doing so was sickening. "Hey!" I got her attention. "Haven't you already given up?" She was obviously annoyed. "After what you did to my friend? No way!" "So be it. Your fate shall be 1,000 times worse." Before I could do anything, I was in an energy bubble. The energy was being ripped from my body. The searing pain was enough to make anyone burst into tears. All was lost. Wait. I don't know I don't know who's saying this. It says, "You can do it, Dash! Chaos Spear!" A blue energy spear smashed into Chrysalis' horn. The impact shattered it. On the floor was a panting blue hedgehog who immediately passed out again. Oh, I get it. Okay. So that was Sonic. Got it!
The bubble shattered, and I was more determined than ever. I charged for the changeling queen. She used her gargantuan hooves to fling chunks of land in my direction. With a few quick barrel rolls and dives, I was in the clear. With all my might, I rammed into her face. Chrysalis was sent reeling, and I went to my original location.
You irksome worms!
She shouted.
I will destroy you!
I just hurt my finger. Sorry.
Not while I'm around, I retorted. Face it, Chrysalis, you've lost! Shut up!
Chrysalis flailed, sending debris in all directions. Instinct struck me. I barreled ahead, about 50 meters after my point of origin. I screamed,
Chaos! Rainboom!
Everywhere I once was, stood a destructive rainbow river. Thinking fast, I flew around the abrased changeling. She swung her hooves rapidly. Every time her hooves met my rainbow trail, and was set back. She wailed in pain. Get that last? Every time her hooves met my rainbow trail, and was set back. Maybe that's supposed to mean, then she was set back. Before long, she was encased in a rainbow cocoon.
No!
The defeated queen shouted. Soon, the casing disappeared, leaving a normal-sized Chrysalis passed out on the floor. I breathed a sigh of relief, and then lost my energy. Soon I was falling to the ground, too tired to do anything. The last thing I saw before passing out was a lavender below the elevator.
Chapter 16, the final chapter. A lazy day in paradise. 'Cause I know I can go where no one ever gone and where no one's ever gone and I'm not looking back. I awoke to Sonic's voice. Soon my vision cleared up. I was in the familiar location of a hospital bed. Next to my bed was Sonic's. In his hands was a small black box. Strings covered in white rubber led to his ears. In his ears were white stubs. He bobbed his head in a rhythm, mumbling what sounded like lyrics to a song. With his eyes closed... He's listening to an iPod, I know. Soon his eyes came open, and he saw I was looking at him. "Oh, afternoon, Dash. Good to see you're all right." He took the things off his ears. Glancing at the box, which lit up, he pressed his fingers to it. It went black again. "Same to you," I smiled. "How long have I been out?" "I woke up about an hour ago, but Tails and Amy told me it's been about 3 days." "Where are the... 3 days and Rainbow's not like, what? What the... what? 3 days? How is that possible?" Yeah. She just asks, where are the super emeralds? Sorry, dude. But you gotta change the story and make Dash confused on why 3 days and stuff. It'll make it longer and stuff. I don't know. Okay, forget it. 3 days. Where are the super emeralds? They turned back into the chaos emeralds and elements of harmony. The emeralds scattered like they normally do, but the elements are with twilight. Oh, that's good. I guess I should contact my friends now. Yeah, want me to do that for you? Sure, when do you get out? In about an hour or two. Then I'll just tell a nurse. If you want, but Tails is in town. I can just send him a message on this. He held the box up. What is that? Just something Tails made. He's a genius, and basically it's a simplified version of his handheld. It can play music, send messages, and lots of other things. He dropped it off when he visited about 30 minutes ago. Okay, I get it now. Wow, how many ponies have those? Well, maybe he gave a few our other I think that's supposed to say, well, maybe he gave a few to our other friends, but lots of the people from my world have them. He makes a living off this stuff. He fiddled with the device. Well, this and our adventures, and there you go. It's sent. Sure enough, the gadget worked. A few minutes, Tails and the others, along with a nurse, came into our room a bit later. The nurse... That's like a double negative right there or something. It said a few minutes later, Tails and the others, along with the nurse, came into our room a bit later. That means after a few minutes, a bit later, after those few minutes, they came in. What? We haven't been properly introduced. I'm Miles Prower, but everyone calls me Tails. The twin-tailed fox introduced himself. I'm Rainbow Dash. Nice to meet you, I smiled. It's super duper great to see that you're okay, Dashy. Pinky cut in front of Tails, sending him reeling. I don't know who's... OPP? That's supposed to be... Oops! Sorry, Tails! It's alright, he sighed. Sonic chuckled. Tails shot Sonic a... Okay, I get it. It's alright, he sighed. Sonic chuckled. Tails shot Sonic a dirty look, sending... Sonic... What? Tails shot Sonic a dirty look, sending... I don't know. Like I said, this needs revising. Whoever wrote this. Just saying, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, I'm just saying it needs revising a little. Sonic whistled casualty. Anyways, it's nice to see you too, Pinky. I turned to the others. It's good to see all you guys. Likewise, Twilight responded. Same to you. Same to you. That's not how you say same to you in a southern accent. Sorry. Applejack answered. Indeed, Rarity followed. Thanks, Celestia, that you're okay, Fluttershy added. And then this is like a whole bunch of dots. And it says an hour later. And then a whole bunch of more dots. So what do we do next? I asked as we walked out of the hospital. Well, Tails decided to move here, and I think I'll settle here too, so I need to get that taken care of. The girls and I can help, I offered. That would be nice. He turned to me as we walked. But I hope you like adventures, 'cause when I'm around, it's more or less innovative. I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't pronounce that word. I know what it is, but I can't pronounce it for some reason. That should be fun, I retorted. With that, we walked to Town Hall to get Sonic a house. It's been a few months since then, and we've already had some pretty awesome adventures. Sonic's friends are all pretty nice, and we get along well. Life here in Ponyville is more or less a whirlwind of excitement, but with the elements of harmony, original elements of harmony, and the fastest thing alive, it's no problem. The end.
Author's Note. If you're raging at me because Sonic can't have a phone, play the demo of the mobile version of Sonic 4 Episode 1. Let Sonic do his idol. Credits. Story is by Matt Brunt. Read by me, Star 89. Voiced by me, Star 89. Putting in comics by me, again, Star 89. This is my first actual chapter-based story, other than maybe Take's, or whatever it was. Take story. Anyway, this is like my first long story that actually finished. Yeah, for me, put a thumbs up. Thank you to Matt the Brawler for putting this story out. It was really good. At least it was original. It was very original. Like I've said in the past readings and stuff, you might, if you're listening to this, you might want to, sorry, I'm being dog downstairs. Loud. What was I? Oh yeah, I want to consider revising this because there are a few things that don't make sense. It's kind of weird. But it's a good story. I enjoyed it. So I'll just let you listen to the rest of this song because I really don't have anything else to say. So thanks for watching, and I'll record another story later. And then you can listen to that one. And so until then, run!